Dorian, what are the things that you try and think most about when you've got three starting front court players out and you're going to step into one of those slots? Like, what are you trying to get accomplished in something that's a difficult task?
Just be me, go in there and, play defense and give energy and shoot the ball when I'm open, but there was a better team tonight.
Because the LA Fires, one of the games got rescheduled for this coming week, and so you've heard this, right? It's the 6 games in 8 days type thing. How do you physically, mentally prepare for a stretch like that?
Tough stretch. Never been a part of anything like it, but got to figure it out. We want to be a great team, so I feel like great teams will figure it out.
Obviously, you were held out of the Brooklyn game. Do you know about your availability for these next 3 starting tomorrow?
No, not really. Just, it's a tough stretch, like I said, so I don't really know. But all we do is try to get as many wins as we can because, we battling for seeds right now, so it's, every game important.
Do you take it day-to-day with how you're feeling that physically, or do you kind of lean on advice from the training staff? Or did you trust yourself most? How does that process work for you?
A little bit of both. They trying to help me protect myself, so I just won't keep overdoing it. But, we need wins, so just trying to get out there and we down guys, a bunch of guys, and, it's part of playing 82 games, man. You got to figure it out.
How do you kind of balance the big picture stuff of knowing the team you guys were a week ago, whenever he was healthy and you guys were winning games and the spirit in here was what it was, versus this stretch now and being down bodies and obviously how tough it's going to be? What's the big picture approach?
A little adversity. I feel like we need it. It's going to either help us get better and or help us get better. We ain't got a lot of time with each other, so I feel like this is great for us.
So you got the ice pack on the hand/wrist area there. You all right?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good.
Kind of banged up?
That's what you want to call it. But feel good. Happy to be out there playing. Wish we could have, played a little better tonight. I thought we competed, well, but attention to detail wasn't 100% there.
Yeah, individually, JJ was talking about that, it started a little bit slow in the first quarter, but you really found your rhythm and got going. Was there anything that kind of got things moving for you as you maneuvered around?
Just, seeing a couple shots go in and kind of gotten a little rhythm, but the last couple games I haven't shot it well, and it's good to see the ball go in the basket, but we didn't do what we were supposed to do today.
What's the challenge of being without the guys that are out and the 3 starting front court players, and what you guys have to try and do to find ways to win games when you're shorthanded like this?
Yeah, I just think the room for error is, very small. With, Bron, Jax, Rui out. Like you said, 3 starters that play a significant role for us. They do a lot for our team. And, I feel like the guys that have stepped up and, got more minutes have played their ass off and done well. But we just got to figure out a way to, do more as a collective group. These are the times in the season where, you're tested and you got to figure out a way to, weather the storm. And, I have no doubt we'll do that.
What's the challenge going through this stretch of the schedule, too? 3 games in 4 days, Denver tomorrow, while dealing with all these injuries as well?
It's just the nature of the league. I'm sure at some point, every team in the league, goes through some type of adversity and has situations where they, got a couple back-to-backs and, not fully healthy and Tank kind of running on E. So it's no different for us. We just got to figure out a way, like I said, to weather the storm and, win some games.
As a group, how do you think the overall mentality is? Is this a forest through the trees situation where you guys, what kind of team you've been when full? Or is it more just 3 losses in a row now and, like you mentioned, the stretch is pretty tough?
Yeah, I think you look at it, like JJ said, when he walked in, he was like, everything was good a week ago. Like, we was playing good basketball. We had won 7 or 8 straight or whatever it was. And, we've had some bad luck with injuries and stuff. And people that are, even playing still banged up a little bit. But like I said, nobody feels sorry for us. Everybody's going to want to, beat us by 30. So we got to figure out a way to, not let that happen and go compete and win games. It's no easy way around it. You just got to, figure it out. And that's, like I said, we don't really have room for, error. We got to go play really good basketball games, and we just haven't done that the last, two or so games. I thought, Boston was, third quarter was atrocious for us, but I thought we competed really well.
Yeah, Luka, from a team perspective, you knew it was going to be a challenge without some, key front court guys for you against this Bucks team. But where did you feel like the difference in the game was ultimately?
I think for them it was too easy to score. I think they were just scoring all around. We couldn't stop them. So I think it was defensive end for sure.
JJ mentioned just how comfortable you looked no matter what the coverage was that Milwaukee was giving you. What were you seeing, and how did you get into that rhythm that you got in?
Yeah, I mean, it was okay. But nothing matters if we lose the game. So at the end of the day, it's a team sport, and we got to be all together. And whatever somebody do, if it's great. At the end of the day, you got to win. So we didn't do that tonight.
Luka, izvanredna tvoj igra 45 poena, 11 skokova, 3 asistencije. Prvi put s Lakersima preko 40 poena. A šta kažeš za utakmicu večeras? Kakvi su tvoji utisci?
Slabi. Kako sam rekao, ovo nije individualan sport, ovo je timski sport, tako da na kraju dana trebaš pobediti da bude dobro. Tako da danas nije bilo to i trebamo mnogo da napravimo da pobedimo.
Sad je back to back sa Denverom, znači 24 sata do sutra.
Da.
Kako ćete se pripremati i da li pomaže što znaš Nikolu Jokića i šta da se očekuje tamo?
Da, tamo je uvijek teško da igram. Uvijek teško igrati pod njega. Tako da bit će zanimljivo, ali treba se, kako se kaže, recovery. Tako da to je jedino što treba sad.
Luka, Austin just told us that the message from JJ in the locker room was like everything was fine a week ago, like kind of to, I don't know if it was intended to calm you guys down or to give you guys perspective, but I'm sort of, what's the mindset when, things are going as good as they were going, and then now, you guys are short bodies, you've lost some games. What's kind of the mindset in the locker room?
Yeah, I mean, the mindset is we got to keep going, we got 3 really important players out. So it's always going to be tough when there's 3 or 4 starters out. And, it's always tough. But I experienced, say last year, talking about team-wise, the winning teams always go through something. And I think we're kind of experiencing that now. But we gotta learn from it. And we got to go next game with the mentality that we can win this game, and we want to win this game.
Luka, you guys are kicking off this stretch here of 3 consecutive back-to-backs. It's 6 games in 8 days. I think it's the only stretch like that for any team this season. Have you ever gone through something like that? And just from like a physical and mental approach, how do you approach playing that many back-to-backs in a row?
Yeah, I don't think I ever went through something like that. But at the end of the day, we're getting paid to do that. There shouldn't be any excuses that you're tired. You live for this. Just gotta have great recovery after every game and just keep going.
Just a lighthearted question. Do you know Thanasis, or were you hearing him say things on the side court?
Oh, yeah, I know him. I know him good, so it was friendly.
Playing the way you want to play, how close are you to that?
I know you're gonna come with a tough question for me. Obviously not there yet, but I think today a little bit more. Like I say, every day a little bit more, but still not there. Gotta get some things off my body, get them to feel better, and be ready.
JJ, when we speak with JJ, he acknowledged that not all of the turnovers you got today were your fault, but I think this is your second consecutive game with at least 5 turnovers. I guess what are you seeing out there that's leading to that, or I guess commonalities over the last 7 games that's led to that?
Yeah, gotta take care of the ball. I mean, it's the ball is the most important thing in basketball, so gotta take care of it. And obviously, they were my fault, and I gotta do a better job doing that.
Just following up on Jovan's question, it sounds like you're going to push through because you're paid to do it. So, do you expect to play tomorrow in Denver?
We'll see. We'll see about that. Just don't know yet.
In terms of getting back to where you want to be, having to play these kind of types of games where y'all are shorthanded, does it help in that regard? Just kind of get yourself back to where you want to be?
I mean, I don't know if it helps or not. Just, I would say winning helps, and we're not doing that now. So getting back to the winning stages, I think, would help more.
¿Qué tal, Luka? Aquí en español. Quería saber, después de estos 40 días en Los Ángeles, ¿cómo está yendo tu adaptación a la ciudad a nivel personal? ¿Cómo te estás encontrando con lo que está la búsqueda de casa y todo lo demás?
Bien, yo creo que bien. Como siempre digo, cada día mejor. Me gusta el mar, así que disfruto de eso bastante. Y bueno, me voy adaptando bastante bien, creo.
Gracias.
Thank you.
JJ, you could argue some of the things that you were talking about got better, just getting better shots for guys, handling doubles on Luka. But was any of that lost with Milwaukee kind of being able to hit their threes like they did, and then while you're trying to take away the rim?
No, it was a different loss than the other night in Brooklyn. I thought our competitive level was really high. I think overall, it's a tough matchup if we're not at full strength. That's just reality. And I think particularly on the defensive end, our execution of the details, whether it was, our strongs versus Lillard and then not stronging him and allowing him to get to his left hand. I thought our greens were really bad in the post with Giannis, and our rotations out of that were really bad. But, in terms of the guys, the connectedness, the spirit, competitiveness, it was there tonight.
You had talked before the game about Luka and Austin, and obviously both of them got going. What did you see from them offensively tonight?
Yeah, I think Luka looked very comfortable, regardless of the coverages they gave him. And a couple of those turnovers when they blitzed him weren't necessarily his fault, to be honest with you. Again, it goes just back to some execution things and playing lineups we haven't played. And then some of the turnovers were, I think he gets a tough whistle. That's a fact. And then AR, I thought was great all night. And I think sometimes with him, the tendency to want to get going early, particularly with Braun out, is there, and didn't score a ton early, but then really got it going from the second quarter on and was fantastic offensively.
JJ, I don't remember if it was after Boston or Brooklyn, but you said something along the lines of like, while we're not full, we just we have to defend and just play incredibly hard. I know you said the competition level was better in your group tonight, but did you see kind of like just sort of the realization that how tough of a matchup was? Did you see it kind of dispirit your guys a little bit? Did it feel like you guys were flying around the same way?
I mean, even AR in the fourth quarter, it was like a 21-point game, and Luka was at the line. He's like, we've been here before. We were here, same situation last year, and we won. Like, I think the guys were good with that. Again, Dame wants to go left. We let him get left a lot. We didn't execute at a high level, and frankly, when you're missing guys, you have to play hard, but you also have to execute. The play hard, play smart. It was the favorite slogan of Billy Hicks at Cave Spring High School. Play hard, play smart. You got to do both. And we played hard. I don't think we played smart defensively. And again, playing a lot of lineups we haven't played all year without practicing together. It's going to happen. Your hope is that with the schedule coming up, you get guys back, obviously, but you hope you can correct some of that in film.
You mentioned that not all of Luka's turnovers were his fault. You mentioned, maybe not executing the best, getting a tough whistle, but I think this is his 6th or 7th game in a row having at least 5 turnovers. A couple games ago, you mentioned the range that you would prefer him and LeBron stay within. Are you seeing any commonalities in terms of, I guess, how those turnovers are coming for him specifically?
Yeah, I don't know the exact PPP, but I know that we've been pretty good against the shock or the blitz relative to some of the other coverages. So I think we've gotten good looks out of that, and some of the turnovers are out of that. But that's natural if you're going to get double teamed sometimes. Again, it goes back to like they are going to put 2 on the ball, and there's one guy on the weak side. Well, the top guy has to pull behind and get to the top of the key, and that's something I'd love to have a bunch of offensive breakdown segments in a practice to get that in because it's right there. We see it on tape. We watch it at halftime. It's there, and I know Luka's a willing passer, so we'll be able to do that eventually.
And then a last quick one for me. Is everyone who was available tonight expected to be available for tomorrow in Denver?
The expectation is, but again, I don't know how these guys are doing after this game, and I frankly have no idea how they're going to wake up in the morning.
I was actually going to ask, what are the expectations from the game for tomorrow night, or how are you preparing for that game? And it's a short turnaround, just 24 hours.
Yeah, I mean, I'll prepare on the flight to Denver.
JJ, it's been about a month since Luka made his debut when you kind of take away the All-Star break and that stretch there. How would you assess this first month overall and just kind of how he's acclimated and kind of just your expectations?
I think outside of the Brooklyn game, he's been awesome.
What made you say that about the Brooklyn game?
He was really bad.
In terms of production or approach?
Just the whole team was. It was just. I talked about it after the game. It was just not. It was unprofessional. That's not just him. The whole team. It was. We've addressed as a team. We've moved on. That's all.
Just following up on Kobe's question about availability tomorrow. It's not just obviously a back-to-back. It's you have 3 and 4 coming up. I mean, has there been further kind of consideration with the back end of the Denver game that would play into guys playing tomorrow against the Nuggets?
I mean, yeah. Again, I've said this. I don't know how many times over the last couple of weeks, but the amount of managing that we've had to do for availability, I knew this as an analyst. I remember as a player having guys, and I think the game has changed a lot. I've talked about it a lot over the last 3 years. It's really hard to have yourself and your body ready to go every night, and so all those decisions they're made in real time. And frankly, some of the guys that are playing, they've been banged up. It's just reality. It's just the NBA right now.